Okay, the blinds went up to 75, 150. We have less than a 20 big blind stack, so we're reshoving. Some marginal hands, all our good hands, or either opening or open shoving are good hands. Okay, we have King Jack suited in the big blind here in a multi-way pot. The min raise is from the button. We're going to tag along here and proceed with caution. Our hand's a little too good just to fold to that. Basically like no raise. We're going to raise our weak ace on the button. Okay, we flop the second nut flush draw. We're not gonna lead out. We're just definitely gonna get a call. We're gonna try to see a free card if we can. I mean, the logic there is basically the more value betting you're doing against these players, the better. I could have let out there, and against aggressive opponents, I probably would have. But in these tournaments, I prefer just to check those kind of flops. Okay, the turn's another 8, and the flop checked around. We're gonna check again. Try to hit something on the turn, on the river. He bets 120. We're not gonna fold to 120. I could do some sort of semi-bluff here, but I don't want to jam. Okay, and we hit the king on the river. So it's a check call. We hit our card. We're not going to overplay it. Shit. That's pot on the river. He bets the whole pot. We don't really beat anything here except a bluff. And he did make the... He definitely could have a better king than us. I guess he could have an 8. We're just going to let this go. It's a little... It's kind of a tight fold, but I think it's a good one. So him betting pot kind of got me off that hand. If he would have bet like 300, I would have called, but that bet just... I mean, it was a hell of a bluff if it was a bluff, but I'm going to give that bet credit every time. If I have some sort of read, then that's a different story, but this guy, I mean, he's definitely not a good player. He min-raised in a pot with limpers. That's kind of, that min-raise kind of makes me think like a high pocket pair. Almost positive we were beat there, so I like that fold against this player. We got switch tables. We're gonna raise the offsuit ace on the button. Four-handed, you could have a really wide range just raising on the button. You should. Okay, we get two callers, and the flop comes king XX with a heart draw. We do have the ace of hearts. This is not a bad flop to c-bet. We're gonna make a c-bet here of 220. And it works. Not the best start in beginner, but you never give up in these tournaments. I mean, you can just get a huge run of chips at any second because these players just pay you off so much. You really just need a hand. We did play that king-jack hand. It was a little passive. We could have led the flop or led the turn. I definitely lead the flop. But these players just call so much that they want to have to make a big turn bet. folding these mid-suited aces. Don't give them too much value. They're a pretty low value hand. Okay, this is a 10 cubed. Rebuy at the start of your cubes. See if I know any of these play. Okay, I know J Slap. He's got a lot of leaks, but I think he's okay. Sabonis, I know him. I think he's okay. I mean, no one really playing is great on these stakes on Bodog. I really haven't ran into like a good player, like a solid, strong player. So, I don't give anyone too much credit, really. Let's get a hand in the 5K. Oh, there's J-Slap. So he's at both my tables. Yeah, J-Slap makes raises like this. Small raises on less than 20 BB stack, which is fine. But I feel like he does it with too wide of a range of hands. Yeah, see, he should never be folding there. It's a leak. Good shove by S-Dots. 9-8 suited in the big blind. This guy's kind of tanking. Maybe he's not at his computer or something. I don't think you automatically go into your time bank, so this is kind of weird. Okay, we got sixes. We're looking to set mine here. I'll talk a little bit about set mining. Kind of my standard rule is I need 20-to-1 implied odds. So implied odds is the ratio of how much it costs to call to how much you can potentially win. So if it costs 40 here for me to call and see a flop and my opponent has over 800 chips, that would be greater than 20-to-1 implied odds. Because 40 to 800 is 1 to 20, so that means I'll be calling any stack at this table. Set mining against all of them. But you can't really just say 20-to-1's correct, because there are because the value of a chip changes during a tournament. So if you're at like a big final table, I might do like 15 or 12-to-1, just because if you do hit that set, winning that pot is just so crucial. So that's not a strict rule, but it's a good guideline. Okay, we got King Queen suited on a 16-ish big blind stack. We're totally looking to reshove this. Unfortunately, Gimme Nuts folds. He's kind of our spew tank. Okay, he folds to J-Slap. If he just jams, we're calling. If he calls, we're shoving. If he raises, we're shoving. And he called, so we're shoving. I guess the other play here could be standard raise, which would be fine. But then you're c-betting with a um, like 13 big blind stack or something, which is just really never good. So I'd rather just take it down and shove. Okay, we have kind of a suited semi-connector here in a limped pot. I don't mind this limp because you can check shove a good flop. So yeah, we're gonna tag along here. Hopefully hit something good. Okay, that's kind of scary. Unfortunately, I think we got a check shove. No one showed any aggression pre-flop. Gimme Nuts is betting. He could have a wide range. There's 1.3k in the middle. If J-Slab folds, we're shoving here. This guy could be betting like anything. He calls. Okay. Wow. We're raising these nines for sure. Okay, this just became really interesting. I feel like he'd shove any nine. I feel like he has an 8 here or something. He'd shove any nine. He could have a monster, but we're still gonna shove. These players are spewy. We'll see what happens. This might be kind of bad. We'll see. We get called by worse. And we double. Okay, that's... I mean, there's not a whole lot to be learned from that hand, just because our opponent made a horrible play and we limped a marginal hand on a short stack out of the small line, which I'm never really a huge fan of. But it did work out. So I guess given our tournament and these opponents that'll just pay you off like crazy, I like it. Basically solely because Gimme Nuts was in the pot. We got a crucial double up. Okay. I'm raising 9-10 on the button. We're heads up this pot. Folding the nines. Bad flop for us. Hopefully you guys have noticed a couple patterns in my game by now. I play aggressively every pot I'm in almost. You know, I don't play too many hands. I keep it pretty tight. I'm not doing random bets. I'm not like check betting and then making a weird river bet. I'm not playing those strange pots. I always have a direction where I'm going. Okay, we flop an ace here. Easy value bet. We have position. It's a good spot. Turns a 4 and he checks quickly. We want to maintain control of the pot, so we want to bet. I think a good size is about 475. And he makes a raise.